Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a hot topic that's been stirring up tensions in the South China Sea. Why is China claiming the Batanes Islands belong to them? And more importantly, do these claims hold any water? Buckle up because we're about to unpack the history, the politics, and the international law behind this controversy. If you're curious about global disputes or just want to know what's going on with the Philippines and China, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. So first off, let's set the stage. Batanes is a stunning group of islands in the northernmost part of the Philippines, known for its breathtaking landscapes and strategic location near Taiwan and the South China Sea. Lately, you might have seen viral videos on platforms like Douyin, China's version of TikTok, claiming that Batanes belongs to China. These claims have raised eyebrows, especially since China's been flexing its muscles in the region with Coast Guard patrols near Batanes. But what's the basis for these claims, and are they legit? Let's break it down. One argument floating around is that Batanes was historically part of ancient China. Some Chinese netizens point to old records saying China discovered and used islands in the region over 2,000 years ago, dating back to the Han Dynasty. They argue Batanes was part of this historical sphere. Sounds intriguing, right? But here's the catch. There's no solid evidence that China ever controlled or administered Batanes. These islands have been under Spanish colonial rule since the 1600s and were later integrated into the Philippines. Experts call these historical claims baseless and say they're just an extension of China's broader South China Sea narrative. Next up, some posts online tie Batanes to World War II. They claim that after Japan's defeat in 1945, territories Japan stole should have been returned to China based on agreements like the Cairo Declaration and Potsdam Proclamation. They even argue the Philippines snatched Batanes in 1946 when China was weak from its civil war. But let's get real, Japan didn't occupy Batanes during the war. It was under US administration via the Philippines. Those wartime treaties were about places like Taiwan and Manchuria, not Philippine territory. Plus, China didn't exist as the People's Republic back then, so it can't claim victory rights. This argument, it's a stretch. Then there's the 1898 Treaty of Paris, where Spain handed the Philippines to the US. Some claim Batanes was left out because it's slightly north of the treaty's boundary line. They say this made Batanes fair game for China to claim later. But hold up. The 1900 Treaty of Washington cleared this up, explicitly including Batanes in the Philippines' transfer to the US, no ambiguity there. Batanes has been Philippine territory since independence in 1946, and China didn't protest back then. Finally, there's China's infamous 9-dash line, or the newer 10-dash line from 2023. This vague map claims huge chunks of the South China Sea, and some versions creep close to Batanes, especially near the Bashi Channel by Taiwan. China's been patrolling these waters saying it's about protecting its maritime rights or even Taiwan's security. But here's the kicker. The 2016 Permanent Court of Arbitration ruled that the 9-dash line has no legal basis under international law, like the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Batanes is squarely within the Philippines exclusive economic zone, and the international community, including the US and ASEAN, backs Manila's sovereignty. So, why is China pushing this narrative? It's less about genuinely claiming Batanes and more about strategy. Batanes sits near the Luzon Strait, a key choke point for controlling access to Taiwan and the Pacific. By stirring up these claims, China pressures the Philippines, especially as Manila strengthens ties with the US through military bases in the region. It's classic gray zone tactics, using propaganda and patrols to flex power without starting a full-on conflict. To wrap it up, China's claims over Batanes don't hold up. There's no historical proof. The WWE arguments are shaky. The Treaty of Paris issue was settled long ago, and the dash lines have been debunked by international law. These claims seem more like online noise and geopolitical posturing than a serious bid for territory. But with tensions rising, it's a situation worth watching. What do you think about this? Should the Philippines be worried, or is this just China stirring the pot? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's keep the conversation going. If you found this deep dive helpful, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and ring that bell for more global insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.